welcome to Abandoned Seekers and a new video. So I thought today I'd do a revisit and come back to an abandoned church. This church is in Dorset. I won't give the location for obvious reasons because it's still quite well intact still. So we're going to have a look around and see what's changed since we were last here, and hopefully get an idea of sort of the level of decay in the last 6 months since we were last here. Right guys, so this is the, I'm not entirely sure of the name of it. It's not a parapet, is it? Not sure, but it's got a lectern at the top. This is where the priest would have addressed his congregation. He would have read from here, and then looking out over into the church itself. It's quite a small church. I think you probably get about 100 people maybe. It's not a particularly large church, but it's certainly big enough for a small village like where it's situated. Right guys, so we're in the main part of the church, and just on one of the front, I think it's pew here, we've got lots of literature here. Also there's the box with all the numbers for the hymns. This used to be up on the font, and the numbers used to be up on the wall, but it appears someone's taken it down. The remnants of all the numbers and whatnot are just scattered everywhere. Got Christmas carols here. How long that's been there for. Just a lot of stuff just scattered around. It's a lot less tidy than it used to be when we were here before. Like I said, over here is the font. This would have been for baptisms and whatnot. I don't think there's any water in it. Should we have a look? No, it's completely dry. That would have been how the babies were christened. And then this over here, I'm not sure what this would have been. It's like one of the less senior priests maybe would sit. It's almost like a giant lectern with a seat. And then over here we've got more seats. This may well have been for the choir or altar boys or whoever needed to be at this end of the church. And we've got the altar. And this has changed around several times since I've been here last. So these table and chairs weren't always there, they were over the other side. Unfortunately someone's come in and done the Antichrist symbol with the cross, put 666. But these candles also weren't here either, so someone's been devil worshipping or something in it. Crazy ways. It's even got the old gas or oil burning lamps here. I imagine cleaned up, they'd be quite nice. It's an old candle holder, someone's put it upside down for some reason. There's lots of these like tapestries or decorative pieces that are hung up all over the place. It's good that they haven't been completely defaced because they're quite cool. This chair seems to move around like you wouldn't believe. It's been over the other side of the altar over there. It's been up on top of there, believe it or not. It's just continued to move around. We've got more seating over this side. Again, perhaps for the congregation or for more senior parishioners. Obviously we've got the place where the priest talks to the congregation right out over there. So everything's still very well complete, everything's still here. It's just starting to show signs of deterioration as the weather's getting in. So guys, we're coming out into the hallway. So this would have been the main door. But it's been secured shut. But also in this area here, you've got the narrow steps that go up into the bell tower. But I've been up and had a quick look before I've done some videoing, and it looks pretty unsafe up there now. So it looks like the water's got in with the foul weather, and a lot of the floor looks rotten, so shan't be venturing up there unless I can get it on the tripod. Perhaps in this video you might see up in there from a tripod. Right guys, so I think we're in the vestry here. So this would have been where the priest put all his robes on and got himself prepared for mass, prepared the bread and the wine and whatnot. So it looks like here there's all the hymn books all stacked up in the shelves. Some of them where they were left, some of them have been picked up and thrown back in. It's so cold in here. So if I go back a bit, I don't know if you guys can see it. On my shadow, there's a safe down there as well. Presumably the church would have had a collection to keep the church going, so I presume the money would have been kept in there. If I pan over to the left, you can see the back of the organ. So if you can see much of it there's lots of pipes and whatnot. Lots of baffles and valves and things. I think that's where all the pedals would go. Just down there. But yeah, I'm always intrigued by this chair because it's just sitting up here and it just decays more and more every time we come. This is the third time I've been here now. Window's quite rotten as well. So we're now in the centre of the church. We've got the organ now. This is in a lot worse condition than it was when I was here last time. So someone's attempted to try and rip the wooden work off the front there to expose the back part. A lot of the keys are now all broken. But actually, if you look closely inside there, you can see some of the works of the organ there. It's still quite pretty, still quite cool to look at. Going out of focus there. If you look up, you'll see all the pipes from the church still intact, which is quite nice because they're all still here. No one's tried to tamper or break those. I'm not sure if they're ornate or whether they actually are part of the organ. Sometimes the actual organ is all at the back and this is just for aesthetics. And then into the main part of the church, we've got, perhaps this is where the prayer books were for the congregation to pick up as they came in. I've noticed on the way around actually there's a lot of these quite robust pipes. I think it's part of a primitive retrofitted sort of heating system that would have been put in at a later date to keep the parishioners warm, because I mean there's obviously no heating in here now and it's freezing cold. Obviously we've got the rest of the church. All the windows are still intact, or most of them. Some of them are quite broken, so the weather's got at them. Spiders have certainly had their way with some of them. A lot of the carvings are still in place. So while we're up this end of the church, I just wanted to bring your attention to the roof supports. They've all got a quite intricate carving on them. In fact, even the roof up there has got quite impressive wooden carvings on all the joints. But the roof supports are certainly more impressive as you go around. They're all of different things. Not sure what that one is. If anyone's got any ideas what these are, PM below or leave a message below even. There's just lots of these carvings. Don't know whether they're to do with the Bible or whether they're to do with Stations of the Cross or what. This one's quite impressive. It depicts a woman's face. And you've got a couple either side of the front window. It's almost like a priest, isn't it? And then over this side, I think the roof started to decay and started to fall in, so they started to look a little bit worse for wear. As you can see, they're starting to deteriorate. And the carvings become less. Looks like fire, maybe. Here it looks like a king's head. I don't know if this is significant to the time that it was built, maybe. Face. Yeah, this place is quite impressive considering how decayed it really is. Okay guys, so that's the end of another video. Unfortunately this is quite a small one, but the Explorer is quite a small one as it is. Yeah, the place has decayed quite a bit, although all still quite intact. People have been in here, various things have been moved around. It even looks like someone's swept up on the floor, so it's almost as if someone's coming in and just keeping an eye on it, albeit the front door is still firmly bolted. Yeah, another interesting explore. I think I probably will come here again. I'll leave it a little bit of time before I do. Don't forget to subscribe, click like below, and also leave a comment if you liked the video. And also don't forget to hit the bell, which is just below here, to get regular updates when we update more videos onto the channel. And from Abandoned Seekers, stay safe out there, take care.
You